Alright guys, here is the 2004 Chevrolet Silverado that I bought just a couple months ago. And well, I went to go put a set of dual exhausts on it the other day. And well, I noticed that it wasn't riding the best and it was making some sort of weird noise, and I tore the shock off the cross member, as most of you cat eye owners probably can relate to. So I took this as a nice advantage to do a little bit of body work and maybe look a little presentable. So what we got going on here is a bunch of dog shit welds on a rotten truck. Yeah, but we just actually welded in a whole replacement rocker, and the inner rocker wasn't too bad. I mean, we kind of overlooked a few areas and stuff. And basically, all there is to it, really. Here, I'll go over to the other side and let you see a little gander of what's involved in this whole procedure, I guess you call it. So you go around and you take all your door rubbers, and then you have these, obviously plastic, I don't know what you call them, footwells I guess, that cover up all your cab seams and everything. So you pop all them off. You'll have to pull all your rubbers off. For you guys with electric seats and stuff, watch out for your wiring harness, because if you drill through that, you're probably not going to be too happy. But you have to go through, and there will be a whole bunch of spot welds. And you sit here and you monotonously drill every single one of them spot welds out. And just whenever you think you got them, you better try and separate that, because you probably don't. Now, they make specialty drill bits, but for you cheap hunts like me, you're not going to do it. Now, that's a pretty good example of what a spot weld looks like right there. That's what you're looking for. All the way. Focus. So, yeah. All those little spot welds, like right there. And you will have to undo your seat belts for you extended cab guys, and probably regular cabs, I don't know, don't own one. But yeah, have fun pulling your doors off. It's not that bad. And that's basically all we really got going on for this thing. It needs a whole bunch of work. Like, it's bad. Like, no cab corners. This door is going to get patched. We're not going to replace it, don't worry. This is budget. Wheels and tires. These are sick stock 16s. No, this is not what we're keeping on it. We got a set of good old 20 by 12 fuel hostage wheels that we're going to be putting on it. And we're going to be putting 305, I believe 50 20s on them. So it'll be a little bit smaller than a 33 by 12 and a half. It'll look pretty good. This is our other director here.
You're back.
Having a little water break. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, moral of the story is this is a rotten old 2004 Chevrolet that you are going to be seeing. It's going to get a full body job. I'm going to paint it the same color. It's nothing fancy. It's going to be a tow pig for that. And our race truck that we're going to be building right there. Not the 7,000-pound Suburban. That is not the race truck, as much as we want it to be. But yeah, that's where we're at, guys. Right now, I literally just finished welding these in. I mean, it's not the best. I'm only using a 110 Mastercraft MIG welder with flex core. Like, it's nothing fancy. I don't have any fancy equipment. This 2.5 pound sledgehammer is my body hammer, along with an actual body hammer that'll help you out. But now for this seam that I totally butchered, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I was gonna rivet all these in, but I mean, there's a lot of rust that I had to cut out of here, so like, this rocker is not where it's supposed to be, right? So it's sitting a little bit higher than it's supposed to be, but the door's still open and closed, so we're just gonna send it. So I think I'm just gonna tack this up, and I don't know, just run her. Might tack it up. I might try and lay some dimes on her. I don't know. We'll see. She seems pretty thin. Throw a couple rivets in there. Put this rubber back on. You won't ever see it, right? Whatever. We are not professionals. After that, we have cab corners that we are also going to, I don't know, I guess show you how to half-ass into your truck, because if you see, they give you this whole body line here so you can patch all the way up to there. Well, my truck's not rotting all the way up to there, and I plan on rocker guarding from that body line down and then sanding down the rocker guard and giving it a little bit extra thickness so we can probably hide a little bit more. Don't worry about that. I had to get some spot welds. Don't worry, we'll bend that back. Box covers it up anyways, right? So yeah, I guess the next time you'll see this, we'll be installing a cab corner. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, here we are again. We just trimmed up the cab corner a little bit. Like I said, I'm just gonna keep it under the body line here. So what I did is I just took the whole cab corner basically, and I just placed it over top. I covered the whole thing, and then, well, there's actually scribes and stuff, but this piece of scrap metal was a lot closer. So I just made a rough little scratch like that. Just kind of followed the body line where I thought I had to cut, and then I cut way higher than I thought I had to. And then I just cleaned it up with a flap disc. I'm sure all you guys know what that is. This one of these, and I just kept taking the end off until I ended up with this. So I still did leave, like, here, I'll try and get something a little bit better here to point with. So there's still probably like the width of that socket, like there's still that much of the cab corner patch underneath here. And all we're gonna do is just weld the seam with probably the shittiest welder that anybody could buy, cheapest one. It's like $100 and some at Canadian Tire. And for wire, we were running a 0.35 or 0.035. Can't even see it in there. Flux core wire. This is what we have for a shop, so bear with us. This is why we do everything outside, because you can't fit a vehicle in here. So sorry about the camera shake, but that is what we use, because like I said, we don't have any fancy equipment or nothing. So I guess I'll get at her and I'll show you guys the finished product. That was supposed to be a cool helmet fleck, but it failed. All right, so that is 100% not set up right. Oh yeah! Okay guys, so we've got the cab corner all tacked in. Definitely not pretty welds, that's for sure, but grind them all off anyways. I'm sure I feel a lot better at this. It probably won't turn out like this. Things to be worried about whenever you're grinding and welding is heating up the metal too much, and I guess heat warping the living piss out of it. So how you can tell if you did that, I don't know if you can see all these little dark spots right here. That means you got it way too hot, and that's not going to be flat. But I mean, I'm not too worried about that because it's obviously not a show truck, and well, you know, so we're just gonna keep going at it like that, and we're just gonna even it out with a bunch of fiberglass later on down the road. We use short strand fiberglass for all like the pre-stage, I guess, and we make all our final adjustments with Bondo, make sure it's all nice and smooth, and then after that, that's whenever she gets primer. But for now, I had to grind all that dog poop off. And for the inside of the cab here, I guess I should mention, I'm not gonna bother welding in here because whenever you start cutting your cab apart, you're gonna realize there's a whole lot of foam inside these cabs here. It's probably for sound deadening and stuff like that, and setting your cab on fire while you're welding and grinding on it and stuff like that. So just be careful, keep an eye on it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just, instead of spot welding also, I'm just going to drill a couple holes every couple inches in here. And I'm just gonna rivet the inside here, and then I'm just gonna put a piece of, like, just a nice coating of fiberglass over top of it just to seal it and keep the moisture out of it. Nice, simple, you can do it your lane way. It's a lot easier than trying to get a welder in there, that's for sure, because you can't grind those welds off either. Every time you open the door you're gonna see them, it's gonna bug you. So yeah, anyways, all right guys, so we got those welds grinded down a little bit, and we got that cab all kind of pushed back in. So what we did is, I didn't bother spot welding it because, I mean, welder's junk. So there's rivets in there, about, I don't know, every inch and a half, I guess. I don't know, just enough to suck it in there. And then we'll seal that up with fiberglass later. And I did get into the spot welding in here. There's a few of them in here, I don't know. They're not the greatest little things, but hey, it worked, right? So, like I said in here, inside your door jamb is, we did the rivets again. Here's where the old cab corner meets the new cab corner. And then same deal, rivets every couple inches. And yeah, she's really coming along, guys. Okay guys, so here we are, way too long after I said I wasn't gonna weld this whole entire seam here. So here, I'll grab a light. So I went ahead and just spent way too long tack welding that whole thing until it just turned out to be one, well, kind of one solid bead of weld, except for those holes there, but whatever, I wasn't getting too picky. But yeah, that's pretty well her. She's looking pretty good, I must say. Looks a lot better than the other side. There is no more rust visible. Let's just add that in. There's definitely still rust there. But just a little comparison between the two sides. Like, there's literally nothing there. So pretty happy with the outcome so far. But yeah, we'll keep you as posted.